Ooh, Billie Eilish. That was the next song going to be playing on my list. I'm in love with music again, and I'm loving it. Vitality and zestiness, or zest, are words of my week. This week, they taste delicious and feel so good to express and feel and smell all the things. So happy, I guess, astrological New Year's Eve or New Year's, depending on which side of the scale you lie. I feel that we've been in, like, when it comes to portals or portal days, that kind of energy, I give a good grace of like 3 days to a week to even up to 2 weeks time, depending on how strong the energy is and how much space it needs to fluctuate itself to even out again. Oh, kind of like, so when I was a kid and my dad worked at Fountain Tire, they had this water seesaw mechanism thing. It had like light blue water on the top and dark blue water and sparkly stuff, and then a giant tire, and you could like roll it to one end and roll it to the other end. Or if you were bored and were waiting in the waiting room for hours like I was as a child, you made it a game and you tried to stabilize it and make it as balanced and equalized as possible. So that's how I feel energy kind of moves in this world. Not that it's like a good side or a bad side, it's just there's a heavier amount or motion on one side compared to the other, or we could stabilize and equal out and everything and everyone gets a good time. So that's kind of how I feel this energy has been throughout the last 2 weeks. A lot of back and forth and up and down and inside out and all around of emotions and physical manifestation and all that jazz. Personally, I had a huge epiphany driving home, like back to my home from my old home in Westlock this past weekend, about the process or processes that we go through that is life. I was talking to my girlfriend about this earlier because she's going through a process right now, and it's just funny that there are those of us that are equipped for certain processes and ready for that, and then there are other processes that we're not ready for and in whole of life. Are we ever ready for life? Any of us? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we are, but we're not. But we are. Being ready to be ready. So, big processes like traumas and stuff. Oh, the thing that my friend and I were discussing. So I was like, well, it's like a roller coaster. You can either be on the roller coaster and talk yourself through it, like know the expectations that are of a roller coaster that happen, like I'm on it, I can't get off of it, you know, I can ride through it, like talk yourself through the process gently if you're uncomfortable with it, or you can just straight up enjoy it as some do, or you can like scream to death the whole time, like no thought process whatsoever, just out of sheer trauma and fear. You know what I mean? So, and I'm bouncing around, but this is what I do. So when I had my first kid, my dad said to me, he's like, I don't think, or actually there was whispers that he had said this before he said it to me. He's like, I don't think Tiffany was ready for this. And when it came to light to me through him from the horse's mouth, it like kind of threw me for a loop, because no, I don't think I was ready for it, but I didn't know that I wasn't ready for it until like that was brought to my attention, and then I was like, oh no, I wasn't. And then I just decided that, not that I was ready for it, but that I was willing to accept whatever it was going to happen, and this is how I was going to show up within that. I had that consciousness awareness within myself at that time, thanks to that epiphany or spark or like shock to the system. And so now my family is going through quite a big process, like on that side within my parents' dynamic. And I had brought that to his attention the other day, and I was like, I don't think you guys are ready for this process. So, like, really at any age, any stage, like I said, there are some processes that we are ready for, and there are some that we're not. So the beautiful thing about the space and time that we're in right now, Aquarius, age of Aquarius, is that we are seeing more and understanding more and having more space for compassion within those new awarenesses and observations, and allowing these processes that we were fighting before to actually happen naturally. And we're teaching our children this now, where like these were things that were unknown to our predecessors, for the most part, right? Unprivy to them, just because they were running DNA at structurally, right, at a certain level, and then we come through. It's kind of like, you get the first computer and it is wild, and then the next computer's coming out and it's like, the next better version. Not that anything's better or worse, it's just it's newer, it can run faster, because we've learned more and so much from the old stuff to make this stuff, the new stuff, a little bit more zesty and energetic. So, that being said, tomorrow being March 1st, and today, big props for the 29th. I was like, all these epiphanies, I was like, every 4 years. So this is a day that we usually don't have. This is an extra 24 hours of energy and zestiness that we haven't had in the last 4 years. So, and it's a portal, like I said, and then March 1st being March 1st, the start of a new astrological calendar. Like, that's a lot of beautiful, potential, strong-ass energies to be working with in the here and the now. So, my astrological New Year's wish to my beloveds out there is that you enjoy yourself as best you can, and allow, understand, hopefully you learn and understand your processes, how they're working for you, and allow to happen what needs to happen, and know that you're not alone, and we're all here for you, and we're all loved, you're loved, and yeah, hope you have an enjoyable new astrological New Year's.